Welcome back, guys, to Advance Wars Dark Conflict, where last episode we began our journeys in a post-apocalyptic world as Ed was rescued by the 12th Independent Laurentian Legion, as they now try to save as many people in this barren land as they can from bandits aplenty, as a closed village mission continues where we try to save the people from the forces of Drakov. All that said and done, though, as long as we block the road, the Moabite unit will lose a bit of mobility from having to go up there, so it cannot reach our mech trooper anymore. So he is safe, good, and we only have 2 enemy units left on the map, which makes you wonder why they still continue to try and get us. You know what I mean? What are you waiting for? Destroy them! Don't let them win! You haven't got a chance. The days of preying on the weak are over. Essentially, everything's pretty much lined up for us to destroy whatever we want. I can't believe what chat's talking about right now. You are crazy people. Just jam out to the music. Let all your worries fly away. As we take out unit after unit. And rout our enemies. God, I love this game. Gah! I can't believe this! You'll pay for this! All units get back to the base! You haven't seen the last of us! Farewell, bandits. As we take ourselves another S rank. Obviously, my technique is beautiful. I don't know why. The Independent Legion fights with honor. That's all their units routed without a single loss on our side. Awaiting confirmation that the enemy is completely withdrawn. They're gone. We did it! Good work, everyone. Captain O'Brien, about the issue of allowing those civilians to stay here. I may have been too hasty in refusing to give you a fair hearing. I see. However, there is one condition. Condition? As you have seen, we live with the constant threat of raids by bandits. They may be back tomorrow. We can't guarantee the safety of anyone staying in the village. Do you really think this is the best place to leave the civilians? Don't worry about me. We know that the bandits are staying in the former Laurentian army base to the east. We haven't got the weapons or training to take them on. I get it. We take out the bandits. In exchange for that, you'll... Right. I'll reconsider my decision considering the matter we discussed earlier. YouTube people must rock along too. Come on. Right. Chapter C3 is complete. On to chapter 4. Look how fast this rolls on too. Chapter 4, next destination. We're sent out to destroy the bandits to secure the village's survival. Essentially, really, when you think about the apocalypse, we are so good, guys. Listen to me. We need to steal more. We need to attack more villages. Whatever you want to take is yours. And remember, we take no prisoners. The bandits' base is where the Laurentian Northern Legion used to be stationed. The bandits must have armed themselves with the weapons which were stored there. Seeing how they do battle, it's obvious that they know what they're doing. Right, there must be former soldiers or mercenaries among their numbers. Whoever they once were, they are mere bandits now. It's time to get them. Captain, all units have been deployed. Good, but still no sight of the enemy? No, but with this cloud of dust, the enemy won't be able to see us either. My training was in reconnaissance, so leave locating the enemy to me. Now let battle commence. Different music this time, because our commanding officer is different. This is the advanced infantry unit reporting. Visibility is very poor. We have lost all sight of the enemy. But there is a real danger that the enemy knows our position. Understood. Time is not on our side. We will begin our advance. Roger that. The enemy is hidden in the woods. We need to stay alert. Thick black dust makes locating enemies impossible until you are near them. Units hiding in woods or ruins can only be seen when adjacent. Now you've got your traditional mechanic, it's time for Fog of War. Now with that said, we do have this. Is the flare unit ready to launch the flare rocket? Flare rocket? We said this is the Laurentian Military Academy. When visibility is limited, firing flares can help reveal enemy positions. Right, locating hidden enemies with flares gives us a huge advantage. Aim the flares where you judge the enemy to be hidden. Mastering the use of the flare unit can be the key to victory here. Right then, flare rocket launching vehicles are not chiefly built for attack, but for fog of war conditions. Their flares increase the range and vision of your forces. They also do have a machine gun on them, believe it or not, so they can take on simple military encounters with units such as infantry. Well, that said, considering we can launch a flare, why don't we launch it to secure this guy's retreat? And find that there's tons waiting for us. Of course there is, you know? I'm not dumb. Anyone knows what fog of war in a game means. It just means there's a billion traps. And with that said, it might be harder for us than you think to advance and kill these guys off, considering the stuff they've got on them. Position units on the surrounding mountains. On mountains? But why? They didn't teach you this? It's one of the basics of reconnaissance work. Infantry and bazooka units can see further if stationed on mountains. That they can, but the problem is the fact that this unit is blocking our way. And it's got itself a very strong piece of terrain. So we would lose a fair bit for sending that unit versus that one, but it's probably better trade than using a tank at this point, based on the fact that the tank would take more damage. Well, you know, the tank's more valuable to us at this point in time. And that's really what matters. We're going to take some losses here. It's a nasty little duel, that one. Essentially, they wanted you to put people in certain positions so you could end up getting really messed up by this guy. The tank's a little bit too valuable for me to use at this moment, I think. That said, however, we can now advance. Right, so we will do 40% damage there. So let's take out the motorbike. You're in a tank, can't you just run over the other guys? Don't I wish? That'd be cool, if anything. Can't let the cool things happen. The real question is we don't know where anyone else is currently. So that's a worry in and of itself. And that infantry unit's about to take a pounding. Gah! They think they're going to attack our base today. Let's give our visitors a welcome they'll remember. Show no mercy! In fact, that infantry, the entire reason it's there on this map is pretty much to die. It's a poor unit that got stuck out in the open. The advanced infantry unit's been hit! I'm trying to get in radio contact. Can you hear me? This is the advanced infantry unit. No fatalities, but we've taken heavy damage. Cannot continue mission. Understood. Return to the base by the route we decided on. Roger that. We're heading back. Ed, always remember that your soldiers are a precious resource. Of course, you must send troops in harm's way and risk is unavoidable. But we have a duty to get everyone we can back alive and earn their trust. Now let's get on with the battle. Of which, we're probably going to lose this unit too. It's just barely survived. Right, so we know roughly where some positions of our enemies are. The most annoying thing is that there's just tons of motorbikes. So we know that we can pretty much drive to here and mess this guy up. Our tank is now going to take the brunt of the enemy forces. Well, that said, it seems like the enemy only have 3 units left at this point, so it's the ones right in front of us more than anything. Alright, this guy can't move too far, this guy can't move too far, which means this guy is pretty much a sitting duck. Let's just ping it. Oh, there's just a unit, turn wheel. That unit was destined to have that turn out that way, to be honest. Right, the one unit we probably should retreat, if we can, is you, sir. There's no reason to let you go down. Right, in terms of movement now, they can both attack to there and there. Move that forward weight. Move that into the brush. Restart the game, Olives. We can't go on. What was his name? His name was Pastilda, yeah. Stream memes. You forced that meme too hard. Right then. So it's pretty obvious what we're going to be doing here. Let's wrap this up. But this is more of what war's about as well. Sometimes you have to trade units. It's a horrible fact of it all, isn't it? Interestingly, the flare can actually go ahead and fire and will be able to take this guy out, which is one of the weirder kind of things, as far as I'm concerned. They did at least equip these with machine guns. Gah! They defeated us! This can't be happening. Why did they attack us? The world destroyed. We did what we wanted. We stole what we wanted. We attacked what we wanted. And then those do-gooders came along, but I won't let them win. Gah! You're a bad commander. They trusted you to make it out, did they? My technique may not be 150 this time, but I think it's 300 points to get an S rank, and we just barely made it. On the battlefield, I never miss a thing. You did it? You defeated them? Can it be true? Mission accomplished. Those bandits won't be troubling you again. Thank you, Captain O'Brien. Thanks to you, we can sleep soundly again. Now about our agreement. We fulfilled our side of the bargain. So make sure Ed and the other civilians have adequate food and shelter. Agreement? I don't recall agreeing to anything. What? You said that we accepted your one condition, you would give shelter to Ed and the others. I think you've jumped to the wrong conclusion. I said nothing of the sort. All I said was that if you took care of those bandits, I would think about it again. Am I right, everyone? I'm not a liar, am I? That's right. That's all he said. You must understand, Captain O'Brien, that this is an issue that affects the whole village. It's not something that we can decide on without proper consultation of every villager. We will decide in due course. Please be patient until then. Why you? Why are you reacting like this? What have you got to be angry about? You simply misunderstood my words. I've done nothing in the least wrong. Don't tell me you're threatening me. So you are letting your guns do the talking. You're no different from those bandits. I'm not angry, and I'm not threatening you. It's just that I'm remembering you as you were only a short time ago. What? You were on the verge of starvation. I can still recall your words when I gave you food. I will save others who have saved me. I will build a village where we can live in peace. Do you still remember that? Or have you decided to forget? How dare you speak to me like that? I am the mayor of this village. Who do you think you are? Captain, it's okay. Ed? I know that you have our best interests at heart, but you don't have to worry anymore. I'm sure that if we were to stay here, it might well be safer for us. But I want to stay with you, Captain O'Brien. You and everyone in the Legion. Ed, that's not an option. It's just too dangerous. Stay with us and you'll be caught up in battles again. You have your whole life ahead of you. Captain O'Brien, I'm a soldier just like you. Let me fight alongside you. But it looks like I have no choice. You're brave, I'll give you that. Sorry for the trouble, Mayor. Lynn, prepare to move out. It's nice to see everyone in the chat instantly hates the Mayor. That's the point. Hello, I'm here to see how she's doing. Ed, thanks for coming again today. I know she'll be very pleased. I hope you're right. It's still so hard to communicate with her. I know she looks forward to your visits. When you stop by to see her, she seems to brighten up a bit. The rest of this time, she looks a little lost and lonely. Really? Is that true? Yes, it is true. Ed, I know that you're a soldier. And you need to keep your mind on the job. Please don't worry too much about her. I brought something for you today. Hope you like it. A flower? It's not a real flower, it's just plastic. I picked it up during a routine scouting mission. A flower? It's beautiful. What type of flower is it? I think it's called a cattleya. That's what First Lieutenant Lynn said. Cattleya?
Cattleya. I will be Cattleya. That will be my name. I'll be named after the flower you brought me.
Cattleya? That's a great name.
Do you really think so? I'm so happy.
Cattleya, it really suits you.
Thank you.
Sounds like you two are having fun. Yes. First Lieutenant Lin, what are you doing here?
I've been here all along, just keeping an eye on you.
Yet another cat as we move on to yet another chapter. Her hair looks like it tastes like mint, because that's how we decide on how something tastes like is its colour, isn't it? His hair looks like it tastes like mint. Nom, 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 nom. That girl looks weird somehow. Cattleya is her name, named after a flower. And yes, honey, I would love a cup of tea as we move on to our next chapter. A new ally. We're here.
Their building's still standing. There must be people who survived too. At first sight, the city seems to be extraordinarily well preserved.
We'll find the local inhabitants. Let's hope that no one misjudges us from our appearance and thinks we're bandits. To be honest, if you're riding around the countryside and this kind of thing with like military weapon and hardware that they have, everyone's going to be suspicious. It's just what happens. Hello! Can you hear me? You over there! Can you hear me? I represent the inhabitants of Lotra City. Do you come in peace? I'm Captain O'Brien, and I lead the 12th Independent Legion of the Laurentian Army. Really? That's simply marvellous! Captain O'Brien, you are very welcome. It is our very great honour to have you here. And who are you? My name is Dr. Moritz. I act as a kind of representative for the citizens of Lotra. Which makes you their leader? I suppose you could say that. I don't know if I'm really up to the job, but they chose me. I suppose the main reason I was chosen is obvious, because I'm just so good looking. Ha ha ha! So you don't appreciate my brand of Laurentian humour then? Or perhaps you didn't hear me properly. I'll tell you once more. I was chosen. We can discuss your reasons for election later. First of all, we need to discuss supplies. Of course, we don't expect this for free. We'll repay you in whatever way we can. That should be no problem. Will... What was that? I didn't ask for a cannon salute to welcome you. We're under attack. Find somewhere safe. This is gonna turn into a battlefield.
Becca just came in with a cat to distract me. Initial reports say it is the bandits. We believe we destroyed them as a fighting force, but they're back.
Let's move. That factory looks to still be in good condition. Can we use it?
Yes.
It is fully functional. Countless automated weapons factories were built during the Zephyrian Wars. I'm sure you are much more familiar with their workings than I am. Although it will cost you, you should be able to produce weapons and units. Really? You sure we'll be able to control the production? Engineers from the city have repaired the automated systems. In the factories in this area, you should be able to control production. We can also provide you with fully trained, battle-ready troops. That's a big help. Captain O'Brien, can I leave all of the military decisions to you? I think that's best. Excuse this question, but you really trust us that much? Captain O'Brien, I've heard a lot about you and your legion. With the world devastated, you still devote yourself to helping people. In this world, where it is no longer safe to fully trust anyone, I want to put my trust in you. I hope that is okay. I appreciate the cooperation. Now we have work to do. He bit his tongue. I would strongly suggest that you move an infantry unit to the factory. Once captured, its automated systems will become operational. Then you can produce more units. Got it. Let's capture the factory. Just got headbang every single map. Every single start of turn. It's just,
Even if I hear it repeatedly, it's just too good.
Infantry, bazooka and motorbike units must capture factories and cities. Right then, so with that said, capturing bases. Infantry, bazooka and bikes can capture bases. A unit's HP is added and the base is taken away when the total hits 20. But HP returns to 0 if units move away. So essentially if we have a full HP unit and we take over something, 2 turns is all it takes. If we have a unit with 7 HP, it'll take 3 turns. If we have a unit with 6 HP, it will take 4 turns, etc, etc. So keeping your units kind of healed up of the capturing variety is kind of important. Well, that said, let's capture. Capture has commenced.
We cannot completely capture assets in one day. Continue in subsequent turns. Select capture again the following day to progress in capturing assets.
Hello, honey. Thank you for the burp.
Oh, is this your new thing? I didn't know it lit up.
Don't press the buttons.
Oh,
They go like this. They change stuff. They have buttons that automatically change. You can customize it. It's brilliant.
I need one that's tea and coffee.
Tea and coffee. So I got tea, coffee, yeah.
Eaten or had.
I'm glad you have.
You can have it instantly. Adapted.
Bad ham lady. Right, so with the Becca distraction gone, but he delivered. The beautiful wife is beautiful indeed. We now face off against the army over here, which is massively overpowering compared to the units that we're currently fielding. So with that said, we need money. We need to create units, and we somehow need to break off and survive that. This time round, however, they have an HQ on the field, which means that they also have to defend the HQ. It does mean that we also have to defend ours. If that is captured over the course of 2 or how many turns, it's an instant loss. So it's a game over at that point in time. So we have to defend something, they have to defend something. It's joy for all. First of all though, let's work on capturing some stuff. Well, that said, planes here give a little bit of defense, but we need to station some fairly good units in defensive positions. We have 6 units versus 11. I think they can make fools of us, but their luck has run out. Show no mercy! Destroy them all! Now mind you, they may be capturing buildings, but they actually have no production facilities. They're also keeping their tanks back by the look of it to try and, well, you know, defend, I guess. So we're about to have a heavy onset of troops come our way. And we need to watch out and make sure things are okay positioned in the meantime. The city has been captured. Good. By restoring power to cities, factory production is boosted. By utilizing physical resources obtained in the city, the operational status. Sorry, Doctor, could you use simple words? I'm talking about military funds. Capture more cities, get more funds. Indeed we are. By capturing a base, the war chest is boosted. These additional funds can be used to produce new units as well as to repair existing ones. So we now have a chance to repair on multiple terms. The factory is being captured, so now we can produce more units? That's right, but the range of units you can produce is limited right now. But even so, the factory will no doubt give your forces a major boost. You are able to begin production on the day after capturing factories. Using funds from the war chest, you can produce new land, naval and air units at factories, ports and airports. Right. So with that said, we basically just kind of want to defend another round here, because loads of people are going to attack us. But we want to capture as much as we can at the same time. This is our other kind of problem here. Now, one way we could do this is to let that tank hit us on this turn. Tank versus tank, and then destroy it with the machine gun here. I don't think anyone can reach round it. They can reach our infantry units. We have units in various states of defense from the territory. What we really need to do is create another unit at this point in time. Let's keep this mobile, well, this recon unit here, just to defend that meg gun. This is what happens when the US makes more tanks than we ever need, when the world ends, a bunch of plebs can just grab tanks and go wild. It worked to my complete plan. That said though, because our tank's been hit, we are pretty much messed up. A unit has been hit, but it can be repaired. Position the unit on your cities or factories and it will recover. Don't push your units too hard. Give them the chance to recover. And that's really what we need to do. We're going to take quite heavy losses on these first couple of turns, to be honest. It's not going to look pretty at all. But there's the healing. So now we have the position required to be able to just nuke down a unit or two that we really don't want in range. The tank is by far the most worrisome unit in range of us. I don't think I can kill it with that, so we might have to kill it with our own tank, really. Luckily, there's nothing else pushing up just yet that can stop us in the same vein. Right, with that said, I think the motorbike can get in now. Loads of units can really get in and attack this guy. So let's move him back and make him the defense. At long last, you can produce units in the factory. Select the factory to see the units which you can produce. Reduce units, move the cursor onto the factory, or alternatively touch it with the stylus. Why would I ever play with the stylus? Because we now have more tanks than ever before. Essentially, we kind of want to go this round still keeping the heavy defensive. So we'll take that out. Now, most of these guys can attack the mech gun now, if I'm right. Which isn't exactly great for us. But we just kind of need to suck it up in a sense. Really, we want the mech gun just safe. One thing I could do is move this unit to here to block a little bit. They're probably going to kill this infantry unit before anyone else. We just need that tank. Units are going to fall. We also have enough funds to build another tank, by the look of it. This is war, and their bandits attacking. I've got to defend myself. This is really the problem now. They can do whatever they want, the enemies. We can't really stop their push. Except when we get these guys. New tanks. And ranged weaponry. We take out the mainstay of their moving forces. We can work on the rest. Building tanks is pretty easy. Yeah, you just push a button and Bob's your uncle. Here's another tank. Equally, I can move this guy back to here for now. So he's got the extra defense from being on the HQ, plus he'll heal next turn. So if this guy chooses to come and challenge him, it's not going to be that great for him. Let's put it that way. I was about to say, I think we should be able to take this one down. And then we should be able to back it up a little bit. Now, I would like this one to heal, but it's not really going to get to this turn. So let's use it as a blocker. End the turn and flood the map with tanks. You just steal another person's tank and boom, it's a new tank. Yeah. It's a mech factory, man. I can build it whenever I want. As long as I've got enough money, which buildings make, which doesn't make much sense, because why would money mean anything in this world? Really. Shh. So they're trying to capture one of our buildings. So we actually do need to engage and deal with that issue. We can't really just let them do that. That'll cut our funds if they did. So apart from that, we've had an attack come on us there. Did he actually attack that guy? I'm confused. Right. Let's take this guy down as much as we can. I mistargeted that guy. That said, it will kill him. So that's not bad. Let's wipe as many enemies off the map as we can. Now, they have nothing to produce more units, so we're in good shape. Alright, so we may as well just leave these guys to heal here. And guess what? Tank. Make a tank. Make a tank. Always a tank. Tank, tank, tank. You cannot escape capitalism even in the apocalypse? Well. This is the capitalism that keeps us alive, to be honest. Alright, so this guy can move 2 spaces. That means he can attack to there. Motorbike, however, can get down to here and start capturing. It'll take him an extra turn, but we're okay with that. Equally, we can go to there and start capturing that, and it'll take 3 turns too. We want to be out of the range of this guy, so what we may as well do is retreat for now and get some repairs. Thank you for the sub there, Leandra, 4 months in a row as my little man runs over the Advanced Wars logo. Thank you very much. And I hope you enjoyed the stream as it keeps going on. Alright, so we want to stay away from this one for now. We will just rush and destroy him in no time at all. There's no point in getting a unit damaged when really we want to start rushing towards what is essentially 2 tanks and 2 mech guns. We need forces to do that with. So that we will build. I think he's actually going to go down and take this unit on. It's going to hit us a bit. It's a negligible hit. So that is all but 4 units left. Now it's time for us to begin our proper display of force, wouldn't you say? Tank! You a tank, you a tank, everyone a tank, tank. If that guy can go to there, if I take position in their own building, it will give me the extra defense I kind of need to just fend off stuff. I can retreat from there, to be honest, as well, if I need to. Oh, we got this tank all the way down here. We need to move him as well. Here a tank, there a tank, everywhere a tank, tank. Tank, tank, tank. Boat, boat, boat. Don't worry, we'll get to boat, boat, boat later. That said, we may lose this unit. Yeah, we are gonna. That was a bad move. No, it wasn't. It was fine. Why is it fine? Because we just separated the tanks from the mech guns. I can't even get back in there. Lovely. So now it becomes a war of attrition. This is why I can take turns fast as well. Because no unit is in massive threat of death. And that makes me feel good. I don't have to worry about someone dying and then there being a heartfelt death scene. Don't have enough money for a tank. Need to earn more money. Yeah, they've got to stop me capturing their building because reasons. Oh, they actually reformed a troop together, so they joined 2 units up. Make a unit more powerful. Did you now? Aren't you precious? In fact, that didn't take any damage. That's nice. Oh, this is embracing the heartless cold machine of war. He feels nothing for his soldiers now. Is Oli's getting paid every time he says tank? No. Well, I'm shilling for tanks now. Tanks! Those things that have cannons. Fun for all the family. Good for all ages. Tanks! Buy one now. No. Well, they do have a bit of overlap, so essentially we want to swarm them on the turn we take them out. So they could go straight in and it will take 56% damage, but then they could really mess up our tanks. We can't allow the tanks to tank. Tank, tank, tank. So they now have the possibility of like crossover shooting us unless they join up as a unit because they'll both be 5 HP. Equally, they're just screwed. So it doesn't matter either way. You know that all this means for them is death. Once you've got that many tanks rolling on you, you know you've done something bad. You know life isn't as simple as it once was before. Tank! Tank, 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 tank. Ah, I lost a little bit of health. Defending their HQ to the last, but it will not do any good for them. Essentially, it's time to stop. Let's end this. You literally drive a tank onto their HQ and take out the last one. Thank you for the song. No problem. Why? How? Not again! This is the end of the road for you. Captain O'Brien, I'm afraid you'll have to return the units you produced. The units can only be used in range of the factory where they were made. You go too far from the area and you're left with useless lumps of metal. Yes, I'm aware of that. Now we just need to resupply and repair our units.